Hello everyone. Today we are working on EventID 224. This is a medium severity. It's actually interesting. Windows event logging disabled. Because I've noticed whenever I do go on machines, I assume because it's like a VM that they have or whatever, like the logging always ends. So I wonder, I assume it's not going to be near the end of the logs anymore. It's going to be like somewhere in the middle. Um, See, is a incident responder alert, tier 2, host name Abby. I haven't taken in the notes yet. I'm gonna do that real quick. And we weren't given an IP, but we were given a hash. PowerShell. Windows PowerShell. Broker, import module, invoke phantom. It's a PowerShell script. Probably go on the box and see what that does. Trigger reason, heuristics match indicates potential intent to kill event log services. It was allowed. Our L1 says we gathered a warning about riot? Oh no, not getting event logs from the host. Escalating for more detailed analysis. Okay, let's do a quick reputation check on the hash. Invoke phantom. I swear I've seen this before. I don't know if it was through a different alert or just like a different project that I did. So this is malicious. Crop source AI. PowerShell script defines a function named invoke phantom that is designed to disrupt the Windows event log services by terminating its threads. Okay. Such as pinvoke, call unmanaged code from the Windows API, dynamically builds .NET structures, and enums required for interacting with the native Windows function. Okay. That's cool. I'm gonna take this in as a reference. I actually really like this, that they like started to use like the AI to show or speak about what it does. This is like a nice little touch to VirusTotal. Okay, there's that. Let me take ownership. Oh, as well. Since I'm here, I was looking at the artifacts and I'm like, oh, I could have gotten the MD5 hash before I closed it. Right now what I'm thinking is, how did this thing get onto the host? So I'm gonna look at the logs. I'm gonna look at email, see if it was for like a phishing or did the person download it, trying to get like a different code. Seems to just be a workstation though, so there's probably phishing or no. What's going on over here though? Okay, details. Taking the MD5. Let's do no format. Okay. Let's move the notes over. Make this smaller. Okay. Let's look at. Let's look at the endpoint first. Just gonna go through it quickly at a glance. No domain or domain. No browser history. Terminal. What's this? Let me not even. Hold on. What date is it? February 8th, 2024. This is all on the same day. don't want to get lost in the details quite yet. I'm getting lost in the details. What's going on? Event log killer, PowerShell. That's probably what we're trying to look for. Net user add seems to be a persistent mechanism, just like an account being added. Okay. Then when it was added to the administrators group. Okay. Yeah, so some noise. We have persistence added in. We have this file. There's probably other things that were dropped in as well. I still don't know how it was brought in. Nothing in the browser. Let me look at email. Abby is the host name. Okay. Does she even have an email? Alright, let's look at the logs. When in doubt, look at logs. So anything coming towards the endpoint, 147, user, okay, failed to log on. We have a source IP now. This was a minute before the PowerShell thing went off. This went off at 58, but the PowerShell, the first time that it went off on the endpoint was at 48. This is 47. We have, they're trying to log in as admin, but they're getting the password wrong. Yeah, they're trying like different usernames until it actually worked. Okay. So this is how it happened. Entry through brute force. You have a remote logon. Then I want to see did anything leave the endpoint. So source being this IP. This was at 56. This was 2 minutes before the alert triggered. This was to GitHub. Permitted PowerShell. Okay. Alright, so it got in through brute force. It spent like 8 minutes inside of the system. It reached out to GitHub to get a tool or a script. It ran it. I'm gonna have to go on the host because it's involved that they did turn off the logging. So we're gonna see what happened then. I did see in the endpoint security they added in like a account and they put it into the administrator group as well. But that's just from this here. The actual endpoint will show us the full picture. This is already containment. I'm gonna take note of what I found, and I'll come back once I got that done. So these are the notes that I made. It's just like, hey, I checked the hash that was shown on the alert. 29 vendors marked as malicious, and it's labeled as a Trojan. And then on the sim, we see that the inbound traffic shows that a brute force was successfully done on the system, and the outbound traffic shows that the threat actor reached out to GitHub to get a PowerShell script, and then the endpoint security module shows that the script was ran, and we also see some signs that a new account was made and it was added to the administrator group, right, for persistence. So that's all we got so far. I also forgot to take in the IP, the malicious IP. So I'm gonna take that in real quick. Do I even have the, let's see, destination? Yeah, I do, okay. So this IP here. Let's actually do a IP reputation. Reported 37 times. This is from the US apparently. Only one vendor marks it as malicious. Okay, well, I'm gonna take these in as well. Let's see. Alright, so we got that so far. What can we do here? One thing I haven't done is like check our threat intel. Let me do this real quick. Do we know about this IP? No, we don't. So we could update that. Well, we can, but like, you know, technically, in a real environment, we will be like, hey, can we add this in? This is what they're doing. Then same with the hash. Let me refresh just in case. Do we know about this hash? And no data. Okay. So we don't know about that in our internal threat intel. We could update that. All that's left really is to get into the machine and see what wasn't picked up by our security tools. So let's see here. Actually, before I even go in, let's actually create a case. We're 20 minutes in, we already finished our... We got a good chunk of the picture painted, but let's get every detail. Let's just keep monitoring open. Start the playbook. Immediately connect to the machine. Okay. Go lab. Shares. Okay. I may just wait or skip ahead until I'm like done with this. Or just go through this and see. We're connected to the machine already. Verify alarms escalate tier 2, tier 1 to tier 2 should be caused by a truly harmful event. Okay. True positive or false positive. So I can't really determine this just yet. I could assume like, oh yeah, the PowerShell script went off, but I actually want to go into the machine and see like it actually saying like, hey, the event logging is turned off. Like that's what I want to see. Okay. So I'm gonna dig around for a bit, and I'll come back once I find what I need. So just as a reminder, there's the persistence, which is the accounts. We have to get rid of that. We have to get rid of the actual files, and then I'm gonna compare the sysmon logs and the actual Windows event logs to the actual endpoint security. Let's see. The logs aren't doing it for me right now. Where is the actual script? Okay, we have event log killer. I saw this pop off in the endpoint security, but is that really it? Downloads? Just invoke phantom. Alright, well this I don't want to get lost going through the script. What about this other thing we saw here? Quick access, we have event killer. Notepad++. So the event log killer is what goes and downloads this. Then this is ran. And there's a lot going on here. I think let's go back to the virus total. Okay. This is the importance of reading every detail, not just like the first 2 to 3 lines. It proceeds to terminate these threads using terminate thread function, right? Effectively stopping the logging without shutting down the service. So I spent a good amount of time looking for those 1102s, 1100s, but because it approaches this without even shutting down the service, it terminates the threads only. So this event log would never pop off. So I spent a good amount of time reading that. I could have saved some time by actually reading this. This is such a nice touch. I'm gonna double down on that, but I gotta get used to actually reading it all. Okay. So back to this. It is a true positive, right? Choose the incident type. Malware. Identify malware capabilities. Okay. What type of malware is being used? This was labeled as a Trojan. Has the malware been executed on the device? Yes, it has. What was the initial method? Or let's see, access method. Valid accounts. Determine the scope. Let's see here. So I may have skipped that, but I just basically commented on each one of these. It's like the threat came from the outside. This is just a client or like a workstation, right? So the impact is low. It doesn't seem to have a lot of sensitive data. It seems like it occurred because of weak credentials. There doesn't seem like there's gonna be a lot of brand reputation impact. So I added that in. What is the persistence added? This was created an account. Let's see. Compromise host, account manipulation. Create an account. Privilege escalation techniques. Yes. Let's see, hold on. Privilege escalation was used. OS, it wasn't any of these. Or hold on, let's see, I need a definition. Because they created like they added an account and they put it into the administrator group. The initial access was through brute force. Initial access. It's either brute force or none. I'm thinking of like, is this the beginning part or is this a follow-up to what I selected before? I'm gonna go with none, just for now. Yes, it does. Containment. Let's do containment. And honestly, I feel like backup should have been done before I even connected to the machine. But yeah, we'll do backups and then eradication. So let me actually open this and okay. Where is my cursor? I may skip here for a bit. So let's see. Gonna do this. Get the MD5 hash. And I'm gonna add this to our notes real quick. There we go. And that should be it. We already have the other one. Okay, so we're gonna eradicate. Let's go here, EVT. Get rid of this. Go to quick access or downloads actually. We're gonna delete. Gonna run this here with administrator. Net user. This is to list out the users, and then I'm gonna do net user flock1l, and then /delete, and this should get rid of it. Good. Okay. Then administrator, LetsDefend. This is all we have. Okay. So the user's gone. So that's the persistence method. Persistence is gone. We have the two files erased. We have the file hashes. We took them in. And let's see. That should be it. Could terminate now. So recovery, right? We go through the recovery phase, get things back to normal, and lessons learned. Let's get rid of some of these things here. Alright, so let me update the notes real quick. Alright, so I may have jumped way over here. I just added in the actions taken, right? We contained the system, we deleted the two PowerShell scripts, and the administrator account that was added in for persistence. I also checked the virus total for this hash, and well, it's marked as malicious. So I'm gonna take this in as well. Let's see here, copy. Okay. We have the IP, we have this hash. Okay, that's fine. And then we just do our artifacts. So, I didn't do any changes to the actual notes, but I added in the artifacts. It's just like the phantom hash script, the IP address that we found that did the brute force and the entire thing. The phantom script, and then this script actually called to download the phantom script and then run it. So I took that in, and then I also looked at the logs, and I found like the actual GitHub URL that was used to get it. So I took that in, and that should be it. Let's close this out already. Steps done to investigate. We took that in. You have artifacts. I could delete this, but it's okay. Actions taken, contained, deleted, references. Okay. I'm just gonna take this in, copy it over. This was a true positive. Let's see, close alert. Drop this in again. Ooh, okay. Okay. We got two of them wrong. Alright, this was actually something I was confused with. It was either, are they talking about the initial thing or the follow-up question? So I was on the fence on this. Okay. What type of malware is used? It was other. Which one did I pick? Was it Trojan? I picked Trojan because they marked it as a Trojan here in virus total. Yeah. A couple of these mark it as Trojan, so that's why I picked Trojan, but it's supposed to be other. And then for this one, I was on the fence for root force or other. Well, okay. Well, that should conclude event 224. I hope that helped. Thanks for watching.